When it comes to art, we think about creativity and expression. But what do artists think about? This is The Thoughts of an Artist.
My name is Sierra Fawn and I go to Ballard High School. My biggest motivation has to be the fact that I feel like that I am an oppressed person. I'm a black woman, and you don't see a lot of black women in orchestra. You don't see a lot of black women in classical music or black people in general. When I was younger, I didn't really want to do orchestra prior till 6th grade. That's when I decided to pick up the violin and join the orchestra at my middle school. I didn't want to do it because I felt like that it wasn't something for me, if that makes sense. Sometimes I would motivate myself to practice by practicing classical music, practicing my excerpts, practicing for auditions and such. But then afterwards, I would play some Stephen Grappelli or play with Django Reinhardt or jam out to like Sam Cooke, old Motown, blues, anything like that. It gets me going. So I don't know, and it also, I guess, gives my playing character. I'm often told that I have like jazzy flair when I play, and it helps with phrasing and tone because, I mean, how are you gonna make music or play notes or whatever if you don't know what it sounds like? Like, you can't just expect to play what's on the page all the time. You have to do some research. You gotta find yourself, find your tone, find your style, and then you apply that to everything else. It should be about communication and it should be about self-expression, but it's also really fun. Influences. Oh my gosh. Okay, so over everything, gospel music. Gospel music. I would say that because that was my childhood. I was around a lot of gospel music and punk rock. Very different genres. But my mom, she's kind of punk, like, I don't know, however you want to describe her. She would listen to like a lot of Chevelle and Rage Against the Machine. There's nothing more satisfying than playing in a full orchestra, having people around you that love to do what you do, getting really intense in the piece, going towards the climax, playing a fast, energetic song. I remember last year at All County, and this is so funny, worst audition I've ever had in my life. I was really distracted going in. I just like stopped in the middle of my audition, and I was just like, I don't feel like doing this. And then they were like, what's going on back there? Because it was a blind audition. But I finished it, so I got a really bad seat. Really, really bad. I've never had a seat that bad. It was called Internet Symphony, and it's not that popular of a song. It's generally new, by what's his name? Dunn, that's the composer. He did percussion with pots and gongs, and it was clashing. It sounded like a factory, and like I wasn't in a good mood that day either. Orchestra comes in behind that, like building up to that moment in that song. Man, there's no feeling like it. I don't know, it feels like that all the hard work that you put into your instrument and into what you love, it's kind of pays off because of that feeling of accomplishment. I guess the struggle would probably be finances over everything. It's not cheap, and I feel like that we need to change that. I felt like that in order to be a good musician, you had to put in the money and the financial-ish to be where you want to be. So I guess that the biggest struggle was learning that, I mean, not everything is about money, and you shouldn't let money be an obstacle for you doing what you want to do. Like, you have an instrument, play it. nobody cares if you seem cool or if you can play Tchaikovsky or something like that. Like, nobody cares. Are you having fun? Like, are you enjoying yourself? I feel like that's the most important.